How in the world do we make a DLL? We're going to use Visual Studio Community 2015, alright? It's free, so you should be able to get it. Okay, then we're going to go to File, New Project, Win32 project, and we're going to name it. So I'm going to call it YouTube Shell Extensions. Actually, an extension. And you know what? Since I'm on an x64 machine, I'm gonna write x64 right there. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, that's good. We're gonna click next here, and then we're gonna select DLL and empty project, and then we're gonna click finish. Good. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a new item to our project. It's going to be a DEF file. And we're going to call this YouTube Shell Extension X64. Okay, so in order for the outside world, particularly the shell, to reach our DLL, we need the DLL to export some functions. Okay, so we're going to write exports there, and we're going to export the following functions, the following 4 functions down here. So DLL get class object. We're going to write a nice private there. DLL can unload now, also private. DLL register server, private, and DLL unregister server, also private. And then here for library, I guess we'll just put YouTube Shell Extension X64. Okay, great. We never ever have to look at this file again. So, I guess what we should do next is we should configure this properly. So let's go to Properties, and we're going to go to Configuration Manager. And I want to make this DLL for x64. So right here, I'm going to change that to x64, and then on release, also x64. Great. Close. That's all. Close. Okay. So now we are going to create a new item. What's it going to be? It's going to be a header file. And we're going to call it YouTube GUID. Okay? Alright. So if you guys remember, in the registry there was a GUID that ended up pointing to our DLL, and we got to create that GUID. It's very simple. We make a header file, and then we do tools, create GUID, and I like this format here, format number 2. And I guess click new GUID a bunch of times until you get the starting numbers that you want. Okay, then you can, like, if we get something that's like starts with a 0, it'll be near the top and we don't have to scroll a lot. But you know, we can't do that forever here in this video, so let's just settle for E91. Okay, so copy and then paste. And I like to put all that on the same line. Okay, so then we have to replace the name here. So we're going to call this CLSID YouTube Shell Extension. Good. Okay, so we have this red line here because this GUID macro isn't defined anywhere so far in my code, so I just have to include GUID. There it is. I think that's what I have to include. Good. All right. And we're all done with this file. We never have to look at it again. Okay. New item. This one's going to be a C++ file. We're going to call it YouTube shell extension. Oh, x64, remember? Okay, good. Alright, so here is where we're going to implement all those methods that we said we were going to export, and one additional method. So the method is going to be DLL main. Okay, so DLL main, according to the documentation here, returns an H result, and we have to specify the calling convention, which is going to be std call. And then, of course, that's according to the documentation. I don't know it for no reason. Okay, so H result is another macro that has no definition until we include windows.h. Alright, there we go. So DLL main takes some parameters. These parameters here. Let me just, not important. Okay, so we got some other methods. DLL, well, let's do canonload now. I believe that's void. Again, same return value and calling convention. By the way, I have no idea what a calling convention is. I just know I have to write it down. I'll leave that alone. H result, std call. Register. No. Get class object. And this one, this definitely has some parameters that we have to write. Here they are. Let's just put them all down here, huh? Alright. I guess we can leave those there, but that just, it's ugly. Let's just leave that for the documentation. Alright. H result, std call, DLL, register server. I'm not sure if these take parameters. Let's look. Documentation is your best friend. Nope. I guess we can write void. We don't really have to. And then I'm assuming that means that this doesn't take any parameters either. Unregister server. All right.